Championships 2019. We're here inside the Ostrava Arena in the 7th and 8th place playoff game. It's all about ranking. Sweden and Japan are going out of the A pool, but they want to decide who is 8th and 7th, and it all goes towards world ranking points as well. The B Pool World Championships is later on this year, November, I think, if I'm remembering rightly, and 2 teams will get promoted out of that. So there you go. An exit game, if you like. Alongside myself, Alan March, is Paul Rosen. It's all about pride. Paul got beat yesterday. Japan, they are both relegated. We both thought that actually it was only one, but it's both, so our bad. Both teams playing for pride. You want to listen to your anthem at least once. Sweden have managed it. Japan would love to go out with a victory here.
Yeah, I think Sweden, with that game that we had yesterday, was unbelievable to come back and tie it up, take it into overtime, and then win it in a shootout. I think Sweden wants to go into the B pool. You never want to go in there, but you want to go in there on a high note. Japan wants to leave here with at least hearing their anthem sung once. That's the greatest thing. You come in here wanting to hear it 5 or 6 times. The maximum you play, you want to hear it every game. But at least you want to hear it once, Alan.
Japan and Sweden it is. If you're joining us this morning via Facebook or the YouTube link, so somebody like Good Leftovers, it says hi. There you go. And Utse is back as well. So Sweden, Japan coming right up in this one. There you can see the lineups for Japan, the officials in this game. USA's Andrew Bethman, Canada's Matt Fergenbaum, and Lee Lin Tai from the People's Republic of China. Kojin Nakakita, he's got a big task, Paul Rosen, similarly to Richard Hamström, but we'll come to him in a moment. The Japanese team, the average age is 41. They have a 62-year-old goalkeeper, or goalie. They've expressed to us, we've spoken to them, part of the team, they don't have another goalie. They've got somebody on the bench here, but they're not going to use them. They're not going to utilize them. They're not ready to play, is kind of what we were told. They seriously need an injection of youth, don't they?
Yeah, they need to go out on a tour, a recruitment tour, a grassroots recruitment tour, and get some young talent into this program. It's actually sad because both these nations, Sweden and Japan, were really solid pair of ice hockey nations a long time ago for Sweden, not so long ago for Japan. They both medaled at games. It might be a long time until they medal again.
Well, just 60 seconds before we go again. At the opposite for Sweden, they've got to regroup, lick their wounds a little bit. They've done tremendously well by not actually having many players. Again, we talked about the fact that injuries and people not even being able to leave their workplaces to come and play. They've got to go and address that for a start, and then they could do with a few extra bodies rather than young. They have some young players. You know, people 28, Magnaville, hardly play. Lundgren, 27, 26, Gilston, Pedersen, 29. The goalie, Nerman, he's just 35. So they've got some youngsters, they need more.
Yeah, I think they're in a little different position than Japan. They actually have some young talent. They just need numbers. If they would have had 4 or 5 more guys or a roster like Japan, I think they'd be battling for a little more than being relegated. They've had some really good talent. I think their guys are just exhausted. They have 2 players that have played the entire game.
Yeah, Ingvarsson and Nilsson. That's number 3 and number 6 for you guys at home. It's a case of the needs must. Ingvarsson and Nielsen.
Right away, the puck leaks out. And there he goes. Japan has the puck on the half boards. Japanese captain picks it up, sends it down low. There's an opportunity. Oh, big stop by the Swedish goaltender. Sweden takes it, throws it behind the net. Out in the far corner, Alan.
Nielsen over there. And, well, Ingvarsson got a rest yesterday. No such joy for Nielsen, but we talked about the fact that he is the youngest member of the side as 25 years of age. Debuted back in 2014. He just needs some young blood as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, you know, it's they've got a good squad. They really have a good squad. They're playing quite well the last little while. It's just they really have to get a few more, go on a recruitment tour also, get a couple more bodies so they can do it. Hedberg takes the puck, he throws it out, stuck at the blue line. Japan takes it, goes down low. Here's an opportunity for Japan, fires it in. Nice stop by the goaltender Nielsen. Throws it back in. Throws it back again. Sweden takes it. Tied up on the boards there. Low end pass. Fires it on goal. No, he just missed the goal. 25 picks it up. Behind the net. Japanese goal, throws it out to the corner.
12:40 on the clock. And nothing to write home about just yet, Paul. And these are two tired sides already. You can forgive the Swedes for being tired as well.
Yeah, the Japanese had one good shot. Stopped by the veteran goaltender for Sweden. We might see both goaltenders end their career tonight.
That one's hitting. That's a good bit of defending. The defense work there is top notch from Hedberg.
Fires that in. No icing on that. Transition pass. Everything's just a little off right now. A little sloppy in the first period. Throws it back. Bit of a scrum on the blue line. Out in the neutral zone. Alan?
I think this is what we were expecting from this game, wasn't it? Just a bit of a gentle battle rather than an aggressive one so far.
Yeah, very sloppy. I don't think anybody wants to really hit anybody hard. This is their last game. They got a long trip home. They've had a lot of games. Not the success they wanted when they left their nations a couple of weeks ago to train.
But I think the reality is that behind the scenes, both of these sides, or both of these nations, have to realize that they're not in the same league. You know, Italy and Czech Republic in this B side of the A World Championships are just miles ahead.
Miles ahead, and they're really progressing. They're going to only get better. And these two teams have to go down to the B pool. They have to really concentrate on fundamentals, get some numbers. Japan's got to get some young talent, come back, win the B pool next year, or get back into the A pool. And I think their goal is to get into the games, the Paralympic Games in China in 2022. That would probably be the critical play, not the Worlds right now.
Comes to Cederström. Just dumped in the hope that maybe they can make a change. Siren is coming on.
That was an offside by the Swedes.
Well, nobody has bothered the scoreboard operators. It's zeros all around as we take a short break. Once again, if you are watching via the YouTube or Facebook streams, then we are looking at your messages throughout as well. If you want to make a comment, ask a question maybe of Paul Rosen. We've had some good memories and people remembering you, Paul, during your playing days, people that have played against you. And I'm pretty sure as the day goes on, the numbers will go up. Italy versus Korea is the next game coming here. That's at 4:30 local time, so 3:30 UK. And then we've got the old Norway versus the Czech Republic, 8 o'clock local time, of which I won't get away with talking at this volume at that point in time.
No, that I'm sure will be even crazier than last night. And last night's the craziest thing I've ever witnessed, and I've been to a lot of events. Big hit.
Well, that'll be my final game of the tournament. Handing over to young Jonathan Bell, commentator for the last World Championships and indeed for the Olympic broadcasters during Pyeongchang as well. So it's been a pleasure to be here. Got 3 more games to get through today. I say get through, made it sound like I really didn't want to. I do. I actually do. I've enjoyed every moment of it.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I thank you very much. Working with you has been incredible. Learned a lot. Looking forward to the last 2 days with my new play-by-play man, even though he's not new. He's been doing this for a while. New to me. There's the draw. Hedberg off the draw, wins it. It's it back down low. Swung around the net. A little sloppy. It's played by Nielsen and he freezes it for the whistle. Smart play by Nielsen. You don't want to get that puck leaking out in front of you where they can steal it. Sweden makes a change. They only have 3 players to change, but they do that with 2 forwards and 1 defenseman, so they're going with 5 forwards and 3 defense. Be a long day for the defensemen as there was only 3 of them. Rims it around. Big hit by the Japanese player. Throws it around again. Takes it. Little bit of a traffic jam on the 409. That's a highway in Toronto for those of you that don't know that. Back out to the point. Opportunity knocked away. Picks it up on the half boards. Down low. Oh! Little bit of a bump with the sled to the side of the Japanese player. Throws it back out as they're just throwing the puck around, Alan.
Certainly are. 7:36 remaining. It's a stalemate, as you were. We started with no goals, and at the moment we look like we're going to continue in exactly that vein. And, neither side here, Paul, really busting everything to go and get that first score.
No, this is like a Sunday afternoon pickup game, actually, not a final game of a world championship.
It is all about the 7th and 8th place. It's about world rankings.
The face-off will take place at center. For those of you wondering, the linesman, a little confusion. One called the icing off, one called it. When you do that, you'll take it back to center so you don't penalize either team. It happens. Players make mistakes, refs make mistakes. I made a few of them in my day.
I don't believe you. From center ice they go, and it's gone to the yellow end of the ice. Siren spinning away from the piece of action on this near side, and Kumagai, even for him,
Caught the linesman with the puck in the ribs. That hurts.
Yeah, the linesman's doing really well not to make any attention of it whatsoever. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm sure that stung a little bit. And away they go. I was going to say, Kumagai, even for him, is quite withdrawn so far. I'm sure once we get a big enough incident in this game to lighten them up, it might go on from there. But it does need a bit of a spark, doesn't it? Maybe a shot from distance. That
nice
doesn't
play.
come. Kodama!
He had the open corner, Alan.
Kodama, it is that takes the shot from the angle, looking high in the net, not finding it, admittedly. Sudo, and maybe that was the spark. Although offside will soon stop that.
That was definitely the chance. As Sudo slipped it down low, there was an opportunity there for a real good shot on goal. And unfortunately, he shot it about 30 feet wide.
Well, it's nothing against nothing. We've had a shot with some intent. We're back in a moment. Somebody was asking at what time would Canada play their semi-final game on Friday. The answer to that is 4:30 local time. The America versus whomever game would be the 8 o'clock game. And the finals, by the way, on the Saturday, the 4th of May. Make sure you're with us. 1 o'clock local time for the bronze medal match and 4:30 for the gold medal match.
Big hit behind the net. First real show of any type of emotion out there. Maximilian with a little bit of a rub out.
I hope that answered the question for Kelly Tonner, who it was that asked, and then you guys can sort out the time difference. I'm not getting involved in that.
Is that Kelly from Ottawa?
It might be.
Kelly from Ottawa. One of my favorite families. If that's Kelly from Ottawa, say hi to Kellen. One of my favorite young men.
Well, that's what we have. 4:30 local time on Friday, Central European time. Google will do the rest.
This game is kind of like both countries just want to get back home, Alan. They've played with no emotion whatsoever. You talk about their game yesterday. What a contrast Everything was all out, especially the last period. The overtime, the motion was raw. It was incredible. They've shown none of that so far.
Just a quick one for you, Paul, and this is more of an opinion rather than fact because we don't know the fact. Would you imagine that this is Ulf Nilsson's last tournament?
I would. Fukushima and Nilsson. I think both of them have had really solid careers, and I really think that it's time to you have to know when it's time to hang it up. I knew in Vancouver when I was just about ready to turn 50, Corbin Watson and some of the young guys were ready. It's time to move on and to not only make the nation better, but when you're playing at such an age, when the guys are so young, it kind of makes the game look a little different. It's time to move on. But he's had a great career, both of them, Nilsson and Fukushima. Hats off to their careers, and maybe they're going to still play, but if they asked me, I'd say pack it in.
You obviously are somebody that knew it was time. How do you know it's time?
When your body tells you. When your body says you can't train with the young guys anymore, you're maybe not playing the way you did. You know, in Torino, I played probably the greatest game I've ever played in my life in the gold medal game, and you start slipping a little. You don't really want to practice. And you have to look at respect to your teammates, too. I miss it. I miss it every day. Sitting up here in the broadcast booth is the greatest thing in the world, playing for your country. But I knew it was time to go after Vancouver.
Well, penalty called, and Christian Hedberg is not a stranger to these penalty boxes, shall we say. So Leo Perry says it's been great having us call the games. Keep up the good work. I wish I could. I'm going. I'm getting the first compliment of the week and I'm leaving. There you go. Look at that.
I'll do my best, Leo.
Oh yeah, you meant Paul anyway, probably, so that's fine. Hedberg goes in the penalty box for 2 minutes. We only have 3.5 of this period. Is this the chance that...
oh, right in the head.
It was right in the grill. In the schnoz.
Yeah.
Good job you're wearing a helmet. I was going to say, is this the chance for somebody to finally get a score against the...
Nice leak out.
The numbers, just wide of Nilsson's left-hand post.
Nice clear, and as you said, Alan, Hedberg, he's been in the penalty box a lot this week. Maybe he just wanted to rest, and he figured the penalty box was the easiest rest.
Well, there's nobody on the bench to take over, so yeah, probably right. This is good bit of speed through the centre, and it might break nicely for Kumagai. Nilsson spilt it, but his teammates were all gathered round and on hand, but they don't get that away very far, and all of a sudden in the last 30 seconds or so, Japan have realised that this is their opportunity. Turning the screw, as the saying goes. Kumagai on the backhand, maybe, no.
Oh, a little interference there in front of the net. Once you get it down, don't fool around with it. Kumagai staying down real low, trying to cause some damage to Nilsson.
Getting towards the blue line again, and this is Nasawa. The drop back is a little misplaced, in truth.
Yeah, a little late, nobody was there. You know, that save that Nilsson made, this is the big difference. In the day when he was playing like he could, he holds that. Here he just seems to leak out every glove save, all tournament. It's just age.
Sudo stays on side. Kumagai can pull the trigger, but only into the back of the sled of Ingvarsson, but they've not got that far enough away. And a chance here.
Good
into
stop.
Nilsson, who holds it. And Hedberg is back on and straight into the mix with Kumagai. Those two, you can imagine, will be the ones that come together the most.
They might be the two that will start this game, the little blood boiling in this game, Kumagai and Hedberg. This kid on Sweden, number 3, He's really helping Nielsen out. He's blocking almost everything. He's bottling up everything in the middle, making it almost impossible for the Japanese to break through. He's their best player.
Majority of the action has been spent in Sweden's defensive area. And that should be offside. It is. The assistant captain, Shioya, 30-year-old, wasn't to know. And he's the sort of guy, Paul, that they really need to start building this side around, don't they? Shioya is 30, Kodama, the captain. The good news for Japan is that he's only 32.
Yeah, absolutely. He really is. They do have some youth. They have to start playing together. And, you know, you got the message from Kelly, and it was Kelly from Ottawa. And Kellen, her son, is an absolute incredible young man. I met him in Vancouver at my last games. We became real good buddies. He's battled some tough times in the last year, and I'm telling you, Kellen, you're watching. You're a good kid. I love you, brother, and I want you to get real healthy and start playing for that Ottawa team. Keep your spirits up, brother. I love you.
Hit from deep from Kodama, and on this near siding Varson, number 3, gets away from Yoshikawa, number 13. And there's Petter Nilsson to get that away. And as he dumps it, icing is called, and we've got just 22 seconds left. Good luck to the guy that has to make the highlights.
Wow. Is it me, is it you, or is it us? This game seems like nobody really cares.
I'm sure somewhere
they care,
because they wouldn't have got their jerseys on, but I know what you mean. Equally, you know, it's hard, isn't it? 7th and 8th, they know they're going out of this group. They know they're going home after the game.
Just leaked by. But if I
don't think the fact that they're absolutely shattered helps. You know, if they'd had full strength sides, if the Japanese had had youngsters in there as well, you know, and they'd really competed with the Italians and the Czech Republic through the group stage, they might feel a bit differently, I suppose. But there you go. The hooter sounds for the end of the first period.
No highlights, anyways, of the goals.
Well, as I said, the person putting that together, he or she, has got their work cut out. They really have. I know there's a couple of hockey experts up in the director's box, so I'm sure they'll be helping. After this first period here in the 7th and 8th place playoff game, it is indeed Sweden 0, Japan 0. I think the Zamboni's got more chance of threatening the goal. Nothing in the goal scorers column for either side. Move on. Here's the highlights then, Paul. Good luck.
Yeah, this was actually a good chance by Sudol. Good stop by Nielsen, actually. Brought his glove up and made a good play. Nice slip down pass. Pulls back in. He got his glove over his head. We didn't really see that well. That was a nice play. Another long shot. He kind of leaks out. Got to squeeze that a little better. I don't think we're going to see anything on the nice easy glove save that leaks out again. I don't think there's any shots on goal for Sweden, to be honest with you. Another play again leaks out.
We'll have the stats in a moment. This was one of the chances that Kumagai had, and as you can see, Nielsen, yes, he spills it, but 4 yellow shirts buzzing around him. Apparently there was a Sweden shot. I think we all blinked. 8 for Japan. They are having shots, and that, I think their stats makes it seem a little bit more active than perhaps it seemed to us up here in the commentary box. The penalty for Christian Hedberg, 37-year-old, during that period as well. Can Japan finish off one of those chances? They regretted it yesterday when they had dominance. Rakos getting an equaliser for Sweden, taking it to penalties, and in the penalties, out came Sweden on top. Here, it's very similar. There is a slight difference to what happens if we have a tie. I will read this word for word so we're all very clear on it. Today's game goes to overtime. It is a 10-minute sudden death overtime because all of the games are playoff placement games. There you go. So a 10-minute sudden death overtime straight off the back if it's a tie in the third.
And then a shootout.
And then a shootout.
So same as yesterday, except 10 instead of 5.
That seems to be the crux of it. Shall we have a break?
Let's have a break.
It's fast, it's furious. Not this one. It's 0 against 0. It's 0 against 0. Well, tell you what we'll do is we'll come back. Hello and welcome back to the coverage of the World Para Ice Hockey Championships 2019 here in the Ostrava Arena in Ostrava here in the Czech Republic. We're in the third biggest city of this beautiful country and we're, well, watching and waiting for the start of the second period of the lowest ranked game of these championships, the 7th, 8th place playoff. I'm just going to address something that somebody's put on the YouTube page. We're showing no mercy to the teams, apparently, with the commentary. We're not showing no mercy to the teams.
No.
What we're saying is what's happening in front of us. We've been here all week, a bit like a good comedian. We've watched every single game, you know, like a hockey obsessive that Paul is. And we've watched every minute, and we're giving you the facts of what's happening. This team in front of you is averaging an age of 41. They have a 62-year-old goalie. Yoshikawa is 49, Shiba 47, Sudo 48, Misawa 46, Ishii 41, Kumagai 44. They're tired, and when you're tired, and Paul can relate to this, when you're tired and you're out on the ice and you really don't want to, and it's a game where you're playing against a team that's also been relegated, on the final day of your action, you can be forgiven for being a little bit slow and a little bit lethargic, and all we're sort of saying is that's exactly what's happening. We're not having a Kumagai, I think, has had a great tournament. Kadama, I think, has had a good tournament. Ulf Nilsson there, who's in goal for Sweden, he's 54. He looks tired. He's played half the games along with Andres Naisman, and could well be the goalie's last tournament. We're giving you what we feel is happening based on some of the stuff that we already know. Is it pretty to watch? Would you like us to tell you it is? Because it isn't. But are we saying that they've given up completely? No. Actually, the last few minutes of the first period, Paul, was quite interesting. All of a sudden, Japan thought, you know what, we can do this.
Yeah, 100%. You know what? I retired in 2010, so the last 9 years I've been doing this in the broadcast booth. I am never going to not tell you exactly what's on my mind and what's going on. Whether it's a Canadian team, I'm going to criticize them if I feel that they're doing something that they shouldn't be doing. And it's a difficult thing to watch a game where two teams are being relegated. I think they are trying their best, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it, and I know you aren't, Alan, either. So we're calling a game that we see. We want to call every game like it's the greatest game in the world. It just doesn't happen that way.
I think if you asked the coaches of either of these sides and the players themselves afterwards, good luck with your Japanese and your Swedish to do that, by the way, then realistically, I think they'll tell you that they didn't have A, the energy, and B, they didn't really go for it 100%, because I think even they would say that it's hard to get up for a game like this. Any top-class athlete will tell you that. Sometimes there are games where you can easily get up to it, and sometimes it really takes something maybe within the game or something inspirational before it to actually go and get it. No, we realise you weren't criticising us. We were just explaining maybe to some people that thought we were sort of being derogatory. Absolutely not. We're just giving it some insight as to where we're going with it. We would love, at the moment, I tell you now, I would love a goal here early in this second period, because I think, again, from a sporting perspective, nobody likes conceding, and all of a sudden you would create a contest. The first period needed a goal. The second desperately needs a goal, and I think actually as they get more and more tired, a big opening will come. At the moment, I'm getting the feeling, Paul, that Japan probably have the upper hand purely based on the volume of bodies that they have.
But they did yesterday too, and Sweden just did what they had to do to tie it up and then win it in a shootout. And then just one more comment on this. I have too much respect for this game. It's given me my life back when I lost my leg, that I would never disrespect this game, ever. Sweden going for the long stretch pass, Alan. Here's their chance.
And we talked about this, the tiredness maybe. Fukushima just puts it out in front of him, and that might have been costly. But as it was, Hedberg didn't get to it in front of Masawa, and the 46-year-old gets it away. Kumagai doesn't make it to the blue line, and that was a pass behind to Rakos, and again another little mistake creeping in. Yoshikawa, if he plays it early, he's got Kumagai. Kumagai can shoot, and it's a save by Nilsson. It's spilled out, and another save off the legs, it looks like, from Nilsson. They're desperately looking for the puck. Kumagai, he doesn't mind if it's a 7th or 8th place game. He's going to slide in there no matter what.
No, Kumagai is never going to not do something to a goaltender if he can. That's where I miss playing.
Being clattered by a sled.
Well, I would have loved Kumagai to come and say hi to me. I would have said hi back. I had a beautiful TPS blocker that met many, many, many players over the years.
Nilsson does well there. He's realised it's spilled out. The next shot comes in, it's underneath the sled of his teammate, so he manages to reach out and grab it. Will allow Sweden to get it away. Larson, who was rested yesterday.
Sloppy in front.
Yeah, poor from Cederström. I'll tell you what's happened, Paul, and we haven't seen this for a couple of games. Number 6, Peter Nilsson, is off the ice.
Yeah, he might
he's having a break.
Exhausted.
He played every minute yesterday, and myself and Paul are pretty adamant he played every minute of the second group game as well, due to this lack of numbers for Sweden, and they've been terribly unlucky with that. Oh, right across.
Is that Kumagai again?
No, I think, yeah, you're right. Could well be. Unless it's Shioya. It's Shioya.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh!
And there's a chance. What a save that is! Has that come off the post, or has he saved that?
I want to see
got down fairly quickly.
Yeah, I think he got it, and if he did, that's his best save of the tournament.
And here's a chance for Gilston. Well, the game has opened up. Oh, behind him, he tries to play it. And all of a sudden, we burst into life. Told you.
Yeah.
There'll be little pockets of that. That was Pettersson with the pass, and
there's a penalty.
Didn't find the target. That's just
Japan.
Pumped up.
Nilsson's not going to take that chance to go all the way down from one end. No way. He's saying, guys, I'd love to, but I'm not going to.
Well, we might get a replay of that save. I'm hoping we do, but we are going to have somebody in the penalty box. Here we go then. Now that's the one that goes across. So
it's right after this.
It is. It's from this fullback, I think. Here we go. Oh, I still can't see. Oh, from that angle, I'd love to tell you. Here we go. That's the penalty. Do you know what? Just so people don't think we're being down on North Nilsson, and we're not.
What a stop!
What a save!
Wow. That was a world-class save, man.
To be fair to him, he's cut down really well, because actually there was a lot of space on the short side, and the only reason he has got there is because they didn't lift the shot. But he has to get down. He has to get that stick down at that post. He's done well. Bit of strapping and bandaging going on.
Hedberg.
Yeah.
Number 15.
It's there! We finally got the goal!
It's in!
And it trickles in! Absolutely trundles over the line! It had time to turn the lights on and shut the door behind it. It was going that slow. But it is a goal, and Sweden have the lead. Is that Rakos again, I think? He got the equaliser yesterday that took us to penalties. It's Rakos at the double.
Yeah. Here it is here. Fukushima can hold the puck, and this has to be his last games. I hate to see him playing like this because he was a really good goalie. He can't hold the rebound, and the puck gets leaked in. Just in, hits the inside of the post and in for a Swedish lead. 1-0.
It crept in so slowly, it was able to gain dust.
Yeah, it almost stopped in midair or mid-drift.
Well,
they're going upstairs to review it.
Time to get the extra olives put on that
Maybe
pizza.
looking for goalie interference. Maybe the Japanese asked for a review, but it is a goal.
I was going to say, do you know the thing? What would have been worse would be to deny that goal, because the game needs the goal. It really does, to see if it can ignite something. Well, the horn goes again.
20-second delay. There was no interference to the goalie there. He just didn't hold it.
Sweden finally have the lead. Rasmus says yes on the YouTube page. Keep those comments coming in. I know that Maria's been watching on the Facebook page from the very start. She is heavily backing the Swedish team. So again, keep those comments coming into us. We're enjoying looking at them. Is there a second chance? Fukushima spills.
It's going to be another icing. Yeah, you know, I keep wondering what would be if the Swedes came with 4 or 5 more guys, because they have impressed me. I'm not down on them whatsoever. They've impressed me, and I think with a full roster, they would not be struggling for relegation. They have to just regroup, start again, win the B pool, and come back up.
I think one of the other things that we forget is that Gilston took a massive knock in the opening game. I'm intrigued as to just how much that's affected him in this tournament, because he's looked fairly slow and laboured in pretty much most games. What a poor touch from Kumagai, and that's a disappointment for him, because I think, again, we both think he's had a fairly decent tournament. He, Kodama, and the number 40, Shioya, have certainly been their players.
Yeah, absolutely. And the interference penalty here to Maximilian.
Gilston it is, that goes in the box. Rick Dunn, who I'm going to assume is a relative of the Canadian Dunn, says he missed when Paul Rosen gave the timeout for Canada to play on Friday. Well, one, Paul Rosen didn't. I definitely sound nothing like you. It is the game that starts at 4:30 local time. That is the time that Canada would play on Friday here in Ostrava, 4:30 Czech time. I hope that helps. There you go.
And I'm sure he's proud to have young Dunn for the Canadians getting his first game. He played in that third. He sat the first two. He got into that third one, and he held his own. He played pretty well. He's a good young talent. He's got a great future in the game. You should be proud of him.
The 4 yellow jerseyed Swedes get out on the ice, and that is because Maximilian Gilston is indeed in the penalty box. 2 minutes coming for jersey 93. As I say, that 26-year-old, I do wonder how much he was affected by that.
Oh, he hit the
big hit. That's the second linesman to get a whack, and this could be a challenge. He's putting right over. Well, from fairly central, there was a big moment there for Misawa, who mishit it. Kumagai in behind the goal. They've got to start again. And that's Sweden's objective every time, is to get it back past the blue line and give themselves a breather. Kumagai just watching everyone. Well, I think on the far side that was offside, but there you go.
Nice play.
Oh, he's just let it slip away, and he's somehow managed to poke it back in behind the goal. Ingvarsson turns away from trouble. And can they go and try and get something short-handed? No, they'll just dump it, and that's exactly what Sweden need to do.
Yeah, it's, you know, Kumagai, it's two different players. At times he looks absolutely fantastic, and at times he just makes really silly mental mistakes.
This is Sudo leaving it for Kumagai, and again, just the basics there. Sudo has to make the pass. You have to hand that off to your teammate and mean it. That one has come out.
Yeah, it was a terrible drop pass. You just leave it there. You have to look where your guy is, or communicate where the guy's going to yell, drop, 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 and then you leave it.
Just short of 9 minutes left on the clock here in the second period. Sweden 1-0 to the good. Yoshikawa at the face-off with Hedberg.
Jammed up behind the net.
Just holding it, just trapping it, just not letting Japan have it, but Japan do have it. Kumagai,
right across.
Was that the right option? Kumagai was coming in at steam.
That's a nice drop pass.
Misawa central. They're trying to get the shot away, and Nilsson just plucks it out of the air. No problem.
Yeah, he catches that one, and he wasn't going to let that one leak out, because there was two Japanese just hungry for a little garbage goal. And remember, you guys out there that are playing, they all count. The second it crosses the line, it's a goal. Whether it's up in the top corner or it's a leak right through the bottom, it doesn't matter. Put it in and it counts. Here's a chest for Kumagai. Oh, over the top of the net, Alan.
Well over as well. Sudo, Kumagai, this from deep again into the lower part of Nilsson, who just takes a lie down. Rasmus says that Rakos lives in the coldest place in Sweden. That's why he's so cool.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Nice. 8:10 on the clock. That's Ulf Nilsson there, just dropping to the ice and covering the puck. And they have They've seen out that power play as well. So Gilston is back on the ice. He will be very frustrated, Gilston, if he ends this competition without a goal.
He's played really well, though.
He's played well. He just looks so tired. Admittedly, they've all looked tired.
Yeah, the crowd is actually quite nice for the 7 and 8, and the crowds here all week have been unbelievable.
Well, if you were with us yesterday evening, we'd love to know your thoughts on what you could hear and see. There were phone lights all around the arena. You know, just over 8,000 people. It was spectacular. Now Gilston chasing Sudo, and Sudo very intelligently just thwarts him by playing it behind, and then it's left. A chance here for Niklas Rakos to chase once again, but that's good clearing by the Japanese. The lines being cleared, and that was Cedarström trying to knock it back forward, and Sweden have dispossessed Japan in the neutral zone. Off you go, Hedberg, says Gilston, who's coming off himself. Siren is on. No, Siren's back off. Spin round and start again.
Now they're icing as the teams seem like they're back into that very sloppy, tired mode. They gave us a good 7 hard minutes.
I just wonder if Sweden are now thinking, let's just see this out and get another break and give whatever energy we've got left for the final 15. Couldn't miss that one, Massawa. Oh, and they've knocked it straight into the path of Sweden again. Little diagonal cross ice from Rakos, doesn't reach Cedarström. Japan get it away on this near side.
That's going to be no icing. You better hurry up. Nice bump off in the corner. Kumagai's got it.
That's the biggest check I think we've seen so far. Oh, plays it behind the captain, Kodama. And as you say, with Kumagai, it's all or nothing. 1 second he's brilliant. The next he does something so basically poor.
Yeah, that was a lazy pass.
Yeah, he tries to go aerial to the other side from Massawa. That one's dumped out, and again, off we go for Maximilian Gilston.
Yeah, right off the head of Hedberg. The head of Hedberg.
Nice. Good. Massawa. Siren's coming.
Be a collision here. Ooh.
There we go. Oh, and Cedarström, I think, took the heaviest part of it. Siren trying to get it out. Has done briefly. Kodama plays it up against the glass and down. And that's got them outside of the blue line. But Sweden are still there in numbers, especially if Kodama doesn't get that, but he does. He again just has to push it offside over the line, and offside is called.
The referee's whistle didn't either, pardon me, the linesman's whistle didn't even go off properly there. The whistle wants a break.
Well, got a short break here. It's Sweden 1 to the good. We'll be back in a moment. So 5:40 remaining here in this second period. Comes out on this right side to Massawa. Japan try and get going again with Shioya.
Oh, there's a chance if he gets going, he's going to get caught.
Shima.
Ooh. Most he's moved in
a different postcode.
The entire week.
Might need a map to get back there. There's Shiba and Misawa, but they've inadvertently sent that backwards. On this near side then. Ingvarsson.
Oh.
Well, that was ambitious. And
Shima puts his glove up and makes a nice stop.
Nice, easy catch for Fukushima. And this one stays 1-0 here inside the Ostrava arena. There you are, just nice and simple. Plucks it out of the air.
Like he's been doing it for 40 years.
Yeah.
Probably has.
Yeah, just like that.
I wonder when he started, 62 years old.
I've got a bit of paper, can you tell me that? I've wrote that down somewhere.
Alrighty.
I'll come back to you on that one.
All right.
So here, Sweden looking to defend this 1-0 lead. Which is easier said than done. It's hit the back of the sled. Well, Rakos is still looking for it. It's not there, mate. It's gone. But you've done your job.
Just gets it out. It's kind of similar to the game yesterday in the sense that Japan had the 1-0 lead and then Sweden started to come on. Sweden got the 1-0 lead and now Japan's coming on.
Hedberg is
another icing.
Hedberg is complaining. He's lying on the blue line and he's saying that he got teed in the side, but not having any of it. Here you go then. Right, Shinobu Fukushima, at 62 years of age, lives in Fujieda. Spinal injury when he was 24 years of age. He made his debut at the 2000 World Champs in Salt Lake. This is his 7th World Championships. He's been to 4 Paralympic Games. So yes,
that's a good career.
You can use the word very experienced at that point. There you go. I've got it all written down. I just can't keep it in my head. This is a nice hit down the centre.
Got a chance here. Could be. Oh. Nice play by Hedberg to take the puck off of Kumagai and ices it. A lot of icings. This might be a record for icings in a period and 3 quarters.
On either side, zipping around.
Got a young gentleman in front of us playing with one of those noisemakers that's not a massive fan of Alan.
You're not a massive fan of me? Great.
No, I'm not a massive fan of the noisemaker.
Oh, it's a lazy start to a Wednesday morning here in Ostrava. Is this the chance for Japan? Oh, low down. It was there for Shioya to be able to play with, and another one comes in from fairly deep from him. Eventually it's pushed away. 2 Japanese players sandwiching Rakos, the goal scorer from earlier.
Yeah, that was a Japanese sandwich.
That was dumped out long for Siren on the far side, who's just loitering over the blue line. If he can get it down the boards, Rakos is there. Rakos picks up the loose puck, and he just gingerly moves it forward. Hedberg trying to get in.
Oh, here's a
Might
chance.
come to Siren. You've got to hit it one time. Oh, doesn't really get the power that it needed.
No, he fanned on that one.
Here comes Sudo. Misawa round the back of the goal. Waiting is Shioya. He drills it diagonally backwards, and that's going to go all the way past their own blue line, and they'll have to start again. And furthest player forward was Shioya, so he has to get back across, and Swedes have held on. 2 minutes of this one remaining as it hits the back of his own net from Hedberg's attempted knock around the boards, and this is Nilsson. Nilsson plays it towards Siren. It'll
That
come
is so offside.
off the boards, and
Wow.
yeah, the officials weren't going to miss that one.
That was offside no matter what country you're in.
I think it's called a clacker. I don't know if you can hear it. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, clacker, you're right.
They're just in front of us.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to take that clacker and put it away.
Maybe his daughter Polly wants the clacker.
Oh,
See what yeah, you see, yeah, look at that.
Polly wants a clacker.
Yeah, it's good. Parrot jokes, there you go. Parrot jokes here with 2 minutes left in period 2.
You have obviously been doing too many games this week and lack of sleep.
There's definitely one of those, it's true. 96, Kumagai, the danger man.
Over the net. Kumagai has thrown so many over the net. He's going to get one.
You know what they say, throw enough and eventually one will stick, but at the moment he hasn't found the one that's going to stick. Over the blue line goes Nilsson, and he's now trapped and out of his position, but then it's blocked and that must be offside, but they'll keep going because Kodama has control.
Holding maybe, nope, didn't get it.
And then Nilsson inside the blue line, I think hoping that a teammate was somewhere near.
There's a T penalty.
Yeah, I was going to say that one's quite obvious, but a chance here. Straight. Oh, it's brilliant!
What a goal!
Moving the game, and the captain is on hand. And look at the celebrations. It's Kumagai to Kodama. Goal. That's brilliant.
They're pretty excited, and that would have been a delay penalty with a gorgeous, gorgeous pass down into the low end. Here he goes, and he just sees him. Little slip pass. Sees him coming across. He puts his stick on the ice. Leave your stick on the ice, kids. Right there, stick on the ice. Little deflection. No chance for Nilsson. The captain says, let's go to the dressing room. Tied at 1. No penalty for the Swedes, as it was a delay, and they put the puck in the net. That was just beautiful, Alan.
59 seconds remaining when the 32-year-old gets the goal. And I tell you what, Kumagai hasn't been hit that hard in this contest.
No, Kumagai takes him down heavy.
He's lost his stick. Kumagai with the assist, and a neat little finish for Kodama. I love the replay there that shows you, I don't know whether it was replay or actually was the live shot, but it showed you Kodama. It's just pointing to the referee saying, mine, that one was mine.
Yeah,
I got that.
Yeah. Yeah, he shouldn't really do that, but that's all right.
Just in case they thought it had gone straight in from Kumagai. 30 seconds left, and they're putting the Swedes under pressure here. Is there one more? Can they really turn this contest on its head?
It kind of looked in the last 7-8 minutes that Japan was coming on strong and they were going to tie it up. Sets up for a beautiful third period.
Sweden have offered very little since their goal, which they were delighted to have, and we're exactly where we were yesterday. We're 1 apiece. Admittedly, Sweden scored in the third. This is going to the third as the boards see more of the puck. And that is the end of the second period. Well, there we are then. It is 1 apiece. 2 more games to come today, just to remind you. Italy taking on Korea. That's coming up after this one. And then the 8 o'clock local time game sees Norway take on the Czech Republic in what will be a noise cauldron here inside the Ostrava arena. But let's go back to this one. It's 1 apiece then, Paul. We saw far more action in the second period than we did in the first, and for a game that didn't start until 1 p.m, it took these players a little while to get the sleep from their eyes. Kodama has equalised with 59 seconds of the second period to go from a Kumagai cross-ice diagonal pass. It was a lovely little finish right in front of the goalie, and nothing that Nilsson could have done. Rakos had given the Swedes the lead early doors. Gilsten with the assist. Rakos, it just trundled over the line as we look back at some of the highlights so far.
There's Kumagai with he's probably had a lot of shots, I think 4 or 5 shots himself. Nice shot. good stop by Nilsson. It leaked out a little, but it was cleared by his D, and his D has played really well. The fact that they're only playing 3D. Most countries, this was a great, oh, we did see it. He made the stick stop. That one we thought hit the post. You might see it again here.
Yeah, from this angle, it's actually blocked, isn't it? But
he got it with his stick.
That's nice. Well done, Nilsson.
That was the best save of the tournament for him. Here is Maximilian going the puck, and that's their goal. A little bit of a leak out again. Fukushima just doesn't grab that puck, and it's pushed in. It was reviewed, but it was a good goal, as we knew it would be. Another long shot by Kumagai. He has had a lot of shots on goal, Alan. Big stop. And there's the goal. What an absolute beautiful, anybody would want that goal. Slip off pass from Kumagai.
Good strength to hold Nilsson off on the left side as well from Kodama.
Yeah, he had his right arm, his left arm on him, right arm on the puck, and boom, in the net.
Well, there you are, much more even in this second period, and it's exactly even as they finish it. Just the one goal for either side so far in the contest. It's all come in this second period. It's pretty level all the way down those statistics. Japan having just the one more shot. And, well, Japan getting an equaliser with less than a minute to go in the second period. It means that as we go into the third, it's still all to play for in the 7th, 8th place playoff. We'll be back just before the start of the third period. Welcome back to the coverage here of the first playoff game, if you like, 7th and 8th place game between Japan and Sweden. Lots of people just starting to tune in, and we'll come to those messages. The Adatanas, Frank Dorval watching on, Gordy Nicholson remembering the old Japanese goalkeeper Mitsuru Nagase. Well, just to emphasise something that Gordy was saying in his message on the stream, he was saying, you know, want to keep Japan in the group. Sad to say, neither of these two will stay in the A pool. Both are relegated. The two teams will come up from the B pool, which has its competition later this year. My understanding is that is in November in Germany, but I cannot confirm that
or deny it,
or deny it if you like. Yeah. So there you go. That's my understanding, and I think it's one of those that's just waiting to be finalised. But there you go. The B pool later this year.
That would be nice.
And that promises to be exciting as well. I know Great Britain, for one, will be in there. Germany in the mix as well. So yeah, it's,
and you got two teams that will come up to the A pool for their Worlds next year, probably in April. Again, we don't know where, but that will be that'll be quite good.
Yeah, absolutely. So there you go. Get watching this purely for pride. And with a minute to go before we get going, this guy here has done a good service for his country. At the other end, Fukushima, over time, has been good. Ulf Nilsson, he only debuted in 2009, to be fair to him, but 10 years, he's now 54. He probably feels very different after every game now at 54 than he first did when he was 44 and starting.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. There is no doubt about that. I was 42 at my first games in Salt Lake.
So very similar. Yeah, there you go. He started when he was 44 by all accounts, so there we are. Fukushima, as we mentioned earlier, started in 2000. He's now 62 years of age, so the youngest swingers in town are both in between the pipes.
The wily veterans. Although I reserve that to our buddy on the Czech team.
Kavok.
Ponytail.
Yeah, Mr. Kavok, absolutely. A folk legend around these parts. There you go. I'm sure those two netminders have got tales to tell, and at the end of this game, they'll probably sit and discuss them. Across the blue line come Japan on the far side with Sudo. I was talking about probably the best three players that Japan had earlier on, and to be fair, I left Sudo off the list. He could probably stake a claim for that. Kodama and Kumagai I mentioned. Shioya, number 40, I think has been pretty decent as well. And yeah, to be fair to Satoru Sudo.
And Sudo's been playing a long time. He played against me, and he was a really good player back in the day. I remember him in Salt Lake and in Torino and in Vancouver.
Yeah, Sudo debuted in '99 in Sweden, interestingly enough. A four-time Paralympian. A double leg amputee back in 1992. What a different world he's had since then. Kodama comes away. If he looks left, if he can go left.
Oh, another check.
Oh, well done. Well done off Nilsson. If he just lets that go across him, Kumagai could get there.
Absolutely. A nice old Johnny Bauer. There's a Toronto Maple Leaf legend back into the fold. The Johnny Bauer poke check. Great play by Nilsson.
Long Dominic Hasek, talking of legends, is is the ambassador here, two-time Stanley Cup winner. He is the ambassador for these championships, and he's been in and around the venue the past few days.
Hockey Hall of Famer too.
Hit towards the near side of the goal, and just getting busy was Kumagai once again. Kodama's done well. There's a lot of pressure in the early stages. Misawa, oh, he spilt it, but he will get there. Nilsson should have been able to hold that a little easier, but was able to react straight away and get down and hold on.
This is a beautiful play. If he doesn't do that, you just never know. You can't leave it alone. You just never know what the back door will bring. But a nice stop. Again, it leaks out of his chest. Young goalies, you have to be able to take that in the chest and then squeeze it with your catching glove and your blocker. Keep it into your chest tight. Don't let that rebound go.
Not so sure that Kumagai's too far. Deflection. Wow. Oh, it takes a big change of direction. And Ulf Nilsson is left. Well, I can't tell if he's laughing or crying there, but it's certainly in. And the Japanese are celebrating like they just won the championships. It's Ishii with the strike.
Yeah, even though it's only 2-1, here it is right here. Little bit of action here. Oh, and that just went straight in. It wasn't deflected at all.
I thought he got a deflection past
him. I kind of did too, and then we see the replay. That's just that's just, look at Nilsson's face. No, that's just, he just didn't react to it. And that's another reason, I said it yesterday with the way the goalies sit, that's another reason why the long leg goaltender I do not like. If that was like Fukushima, with his legs are crossed, or you're in a square position, like I played, like Benoit Saint-Amand played, the two goaltenders with Canada now, Corbin Watson and Dominic Rock, you'd be able to stop that just with your stick. He can't stop that, Alan, with his stick because his legs are stretched out. And I think if he was the other way, it's an easy stick save. He just not a good play, as it probably should end up that way.
Well, we went to overtime yesterday.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Just as I said that, he decides to take a shot from the blue line. Fukushima was counting the win. He didn't even move, and we're tied at 2.
Well, Ingvarsson has realised that there won't be a real highlights reel in this game, so he's decided to do his own highlight reel.
Yeah,
look at this.
He scored a couple of beauties in this tournament. He just takes it. He figures, I'm going to just take a shot. Fukushima doesn't even move. His arm is like so late. Well, in his defense, he couldn't even see it. He's screened totally by his own guy. And it just went like a seeing eye. Went over his own player. Oh, his own player, actually, that's very smart. His player ducked a little as he saw it coming, Rakos. That's a nice goal. And we're tied at 2. Just when I thought it was over, they come back.
Well, just like buses, you wait for one, and another one turns up. 2 goals in a matter of minutes. And Niklas Ingvarsson hits one from deep, and it nestles in the net. Out of break straight here. Another chance. Kodama for his second. Off the bar!
Crossbar!
Off the bar. We've got to get him, folks. Strap in for the last 12 minutes.
Wow. Just as the Swedes took it, they tied it up right off the draw. They get a little lazy. Clear-cut breakaway now. A wicked shot. An absolute cannon. Right off the bar and into the net. Both these teams have woken up. Alan.
Well, check the bar for cracks. Wallop.
Wow.
Oh, we've woke up all of a sudden. Third period. We've had 2 already. One off the bar. That is poor. Japan continue to come forward, but they've given it away as well. And eventually, Ingvarsson does manage to get it out of the defensive zone. Miss hit from Masawa. That might allow Sweden to come with Ingvarsson once more. Does he fancy it again? Lays it off for 17, who spins out of control. Siderström.
Going to come out.
Yoshikawa chasing.
He's going to get a penalty there, the Japanese player. He tried to put the Swedish player through the boards. Doesn't work that way.
From Ingvarsson.
Nielsen skating as fast as he can.
Gilston trying to get there, and that is the reason the whistle has gone, because Japan now have possession.
Nielsen skates straight into the bench, and he doesn't want to come out. But they say, you have to. There's 11 minutes left in the game. So he goes back.
Wilson goes back over to his goal. He'll have been relieved to have seen that one smash off the bar as we take a short break. Goes into the penalty box. 2 minutes rest for him. We're just under 11, 10:58 on the clock as we start again here in the third period. Edberg just pushing Kodama back, who's got it underneath the sled, but Gilston coming in to try and rescue the situation. That's underneath. Yeah, the whistle has to go there. It's underneath the body of Kodama, and Gilston could do some damage if they let that carry on. Rasmus says, good from Ingvarsson. He's a farmer from the southern part of Sweden called Scania. So he's just made those cows proud.
There you go.
Ingvarsson needs to do some work defensively now as Magai lays it off to his captain, and the captain just goes around the boards. Masawa will chase, and he might get there before Nilsson. Nope. Nilsson does well, and here comes a collision, and forcibly going through one. Hedberg and Sudo. Sudo leaves it for Kodama.
Nice play behind the net.
Yep, he's spending a lot of time on the ice as well, Kodama. He and Kumagai
Oh, bad pass.
Can't think the last time they weren't here. Ingvarsson, he's hit one from distance.
Oh!
He's hit another. Oh, it's screamer after screamer. And that man's having a howler. Fukushima couldn't get near it. Ingvarsson invited. And it's in.
Yeah, you know, as soon as he made that move, and it was a bad pass up the middle, he took the puck. He kind of knew, once the Japanese player went off with a real bad play, that if he shot it nice and high in the top corner, look at this pass, terrible pass up the middle, never up the middle, kids. And he knew Fukushima's just him, and Fukushima just waves at it. That has to be stopped. It's a good shot, Alan. It really is, but it's a simple glove save by a goaltender at this level. And he just waved at it and missed it. It's a shame, because it's almost everything that's put in the top corner is never going to be stopped. Although it was a smart play. Just, kids, if you want to learn something, never throw the puck up the middle. Freeze it, hold it, throw it off the boards, ice it, eat it, doesn't matter, but don't throw it up the middle.
I think eat it is off the list.
Okay.
But I get your sentiment. Ingvarsson, by the way, becomes Sweden's top scorer for the tournament with that one. Rakos was 2 to the 1 to the good earlier on, but those 2 strikes from Ingvarsson means he now has 3 for the tournament. There you
And
go.
all 3 have been nice top corner shots.
Oh,
he hasn't
he's
scored a cheap one.
Yeah, his goal against the Czech Republic wasn't bad either. But as you were saying, perfect sentiment. Don't give Ingvarsson the opportunity from there with your goalie isolated, because there's only one thing going to happen, and he buried it.
Yep, absolutely. Now they just want to play smart.
Kodama. That's neat. Can Kumagai get there? No. Can Sweden break and put a bit of daylight between the two? Ingvarsson off the boards, looking for Rakos. I don't think they really care who finishes as the top scorer as long as they win this game.
Yeah, and I don't think Ingvarsson's going to go off the rest of the game. I think he's staying out the entire game.
Yeah, he and Nilsson will use the energy reserves. Oh, he's nearly took his arm
hammered
off.
there.
Nasty one for Nilsson, dangling his arm out, but couldn't help it. Now, chance for Sudo. That's going to go right across the ice, and Kumagai won't get there in front of Ingvarsson. And the hat-trick is on here if he can get past his man Misawa.
Oh, good play.
Stays upright as well, but that's good defending from Misawa. Over there, helping out is Silas Thrum, the 43-year-old. Silver medalist in the downhill in Lillehammer during the Paralympic Games there in 1994.
Puck's behind them, but everybody is battling. And those battles can get rough as the sticks are laser spiked. You can cause a nice cut that will be stitched up. I've had a couple of vicious cuts over the years. They're not fun, they really hurt. Might have caused a couple of cuts too over the years.
Can't believe that. 8:05 remaining in the third period. A third period that's given us 3 goals, would you believe? Nothing in the first, 2 in the second, and these two teams playing for pride. I'm sure the Pool B teams will be watching on, trying to learn what's coming down from above.
Love pass.
One thing they'll have learned, Paul, is to not giving Ingvarsson the opportunity to shoot.
No, I think they learned that a little too late with that pass up the middle.
Hedberg in the face-off and loses out. Japan got to stay on side here as that's strangely played left when all his options were right. Ingvarsson tries to go around the board and come off the back of the net. So that's sandwiched Nilsson in a little, and Japan have got to try and pen Sweden in here. Gilston chasing. Misawa tries to find.
Be careful.
Tries to find Shiba. Away comes Sweden again down the left. Gilston for company. Rakos coming across. Gilston, oh, he's just left it behind him. But there's plenty of bodies back here for Sweden.
They have to get the puck into the Japanese zone as much as possible. That could have been an interference play.
7 minutes still remaining.
Oh.
Long looking for Rakos. It's too long. But Rakos is going to chase against Misawa, and icing will be called.
They'd be better off, Alan, not making those long stretch passes and just try to carry the puck. The Japanese are allowing them to carry it through the neutral zone, carry it and dump it in. You only have 6 minutes and 57 seconds to kill off here, and you've beaten them twice in 2 days.
Ulf Nielsen's getting some grief from the referee. I'm not sure what for.
Nielsen said to him, "I've been playing this game longer than you've been born." This is where it should be called.
It's going to be, there you go.
Because the puck is underneath the sled. You can't get to it. The only way you are is if one of the guys, you know, does something not nice to the other guy.
Yoshikawa it was. At the face-off. This one does break out. Sudo may as well. Oh, through a crowd. Another chance here. Oh, Kumagai denied right at the death there by Nielsen.
Sweden's getting a penalty. And I think it might be their big guy. It's either Hedberg again for the 19th time. It is. Hedberg's been in the penalty box more than the penalty box security guy.
He's got pictures of his family in there.
Yeah.
Make yourself at home.
He comes in and the guy goes, "Hey, Hedberg, how you doing?
Where you been for the last 3 minutes?
Hey, Johnny. Haven't seen you in 4 minutes. Don't worry, I'll be back again."
Hey, look, you know, when it comes to enforcers and all that, you know, you've got to have somebody in there that's going to be able to rough it up a little bit and try and help you out when times are hard, and Hedberg is that. But when you're up against it with 6.5 to go, you're 3-2 up, you kind of want everybody on the ice as well. So
yeah.
It's a double-edged sword, isn't it, really?
Absolutely. That was a brilliant play behind the net by the Swedish defenseman, the best player on their team, number 3.
Kodama. Poor pass from him this time. Yoshikawa, at a sprightly age of 49. Sent off into the corner. That's neat from Nielsen, but Kumagai's over there as well. So eventually,
no, not up the middle.
Only give it to Kumagai. Chance here.
It's in.
I thought for a moment he'd let it slip away.
Yeah, I thought Nielsen had it.
Sudo has put it in. Oh, it's goals, goals, goals.
Alan, how many times did I say in the last 3, 4, 5 minutes, don't put it up the middle? You have a 3-2 lead, and he throws, he knows it. Look at him, the camera's right on him. He throws it right up the middle. You had the opportunity right here. No, up the middle, it leaks out. I thought Nielsen got it with a remarkable dive, and it slips through. Absolutely never, ever, ever do that.
One of the Swedish players is being consoled by his team. I'm trying to see who that is. It's
17 who made the pass up the middle.
Cederström is distraught. They just have to put his arms around the shoulders of Cederström, and I think he's quite emotional actually on the bench. He is gutted to have made that mistake, and well, whose tails are wagging now then? Who's got the energy with the last 6 minutes? Neat from Nielsen. He needs some support though. The youngest member of the Swedish team, off the boards near side, looking for Gilston. Now would be a good time for Gilston to come up with a goal, but he's going to find Rakos on the far side instead. Sudo with the hit. Misawa's in behind him.
Wow.
Just hammered away.
That might be on goal.
By Kodama.
It is.
Nielsen will just stick it away to Ingvarsson. That's loose behind him, but it just about works with the drop back. Nielsen again. Can Sweden find one more piece of offense? No.
We've had 4 goals. Pardon me. Whoa, lost my voice. Hello. We've had 4 goals in the third period.
Well, we've got a short break here inside the venue. We're back in a moment. Are we going to overtime in the 7th, 8th place game? I know we're all thinking it. watching some of the highlights of the period so far. The pat on the back for Sudo, and it was an arm around the shoulder for Cedarstrom, who's still off the ice. Oh, he was almost inconsolable at the time, and as Paul Rosen would say, from distance, Ingvarsson, cheeky.
He knows, just shoot.
Wow.
And Fukushima just got it. Here's a chance. I thought it was in.
No, side heading from Rakos. Somebody's just put on the feed. Well, that makes things interesting. Oh, you think? 4.5 to go. I don't think either of these sides really want overtime. They're going to go for the victory here. This could be a very good 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, they're tired.
Sweden have got it. And there's 2 black jerseys behind them if they can go as a unit here. Racing away, Nilsson on the far side. He gets across the line first. Hedberg and Sudo come together. They've still got it. Rakos. Oh, he's lost it.
Oh, punched in.
Nice from Gilston. But now they might be under pressure themselves. To the left side. This is Yoshikawa. Can't get past Ingvarsson. He's had a mammoth game.
The crowd is excited.
Ingvarsson gives it to Hedberg. Oh,
stick flying.
Goes flying right across the crease.
How did I know that was Kumagai's stick?
He must replace 4 a week. Easy. Stuck on this near side.
Oh, he's wide open.
Oh, not now. It's not Kumagai. Can he get past the first? He's still got it.
Oh,
it's brilliant from Kumagai, but he couldn't hit the target whilst lying down.
But the Swedes are going to take a penalty there. And that's a good penalty because Kumagai was wide open. He made the little play, right hand, left hand, and he was going to be by him.
Look at this.
Here it is.
Right hand to left, goes down, that's the penalty, but still has the whereabouts to get the shot away off the ground. Anything is slightly more to the left, and that goes past Nilsson.
Oh yeah, he just missed it. Sloppy passes though, that's a beauty. Kumagai pulled down.
Ooh. Just needed a bit further out on his stick, didn't he? Timeout called as well. Well, welcome to the 7th, 8th place game. If you're just tuning in here, these 2 sides both relegated from the A pool, playing for pride, and we've had 4 goals in the period. We've now got a timeout. I think we've got just over 4 minutes remaining. There's a Swedish player in the box. That is Petter Nilsson. That's a big loss, by the way. Yeah. Such a good player. He's full of energy, Nilsson. He's now going to spend some time in the box, and his interference to get that penalty was probably the only reason it's still 3-3, because otherwise Kumagai has an open shot on Nilsson right in front of the net.
The way Kumagai's playing, the way Nilsson's playing, I'm going to bet a lot that it goes in. Kojo, the coach of the Japanese team, who's been with them a long time, he sets up with his little chalkboard, his little whiteboard, he sets up a power play. I think it's going to isolate to Kumagai. He's their guy with the big shot. That's what you want to do. You want to get him down low, even though he's playing on the half boards. He's playing on the right side. Nice win. And again, up the middle, but it got through. Wow.
Sour. We could have kept that inside the blue line, the pressure on, but they're racing all the way back into their own defensive zone, and out to the left it comes. That's neat. Kumagai.
Nice
the captain
pass.
Back to Kumagai from the angle.
Oh, nice
Nilsson
stop.
was not letting that in. Can they get a turn and another shot? They have the man advantage here. There's all sorts of nonsense in front of the goal as well, and Rakos being asked to give chase. He's not going to.
No.
Kumagai will turn, and Japan will come again. Just over 1:10 remaining on the penalty. Kodama feeds it to Kumagai. These two are buzzing all of a sudden. Oh, they'll be offside. What is Yoshikawa doing?
Yeah.
What is Yoshikawa doing? He's looking right across the line at Kumagai. And that's brilliant for Sweden, terrible for Japan.
Yeah, it's a lazy penalty. You have to be on the same page. There's 2 minutes and 34 seconds left. There's a good chance if you score here, it's over. You're going to force Sweden to pull their goaltender.
Ulrika says, I can't watch. You got to watch. You got to watch. 2:28 left on the clock. All of a sudden, it was a game where you couldn't keep your eyes open to a game that you can't take your eyes off it. Pound the boards from from
Keeps it in.
Ingvarsson, but well done, Massawa on the far side. Kodama trapped against the boards behind
Careful
the goal.
you don't hold them. Here comes, he's open, Pseudo. Oh, he shoots wide.
Another one. Massawa will keep it inside the blue line though. Cross-ice pass. Komagai, he just wants
Nice slip off.
a little space. Pseudo, it's wide of this near post. Massawa will keep it in. 20 seconds left on the penalty, 1:43 left on the clock. Onto his left, surely.
Oh, he's got it.
Too slow. Kodama was too slow to shift
Get
the puck.
that puck out.
Oh, he's won it back.
Don't be lazy.
Who can he find here? Back to the captain. He finds Massawa. Pulls back.
Oh, he's open.
Pseudo wide open. Doesn't really contend with.
It's leaked out. He got it. Wow. What action, Alan.
It was almost all in slow motion, wasn't it?
You know what? I love this format because in this format now we had Canada destroy Norway and we had the U.S. destroy Norway, but 90% of these games have been unbelievable. Yesterday, these two teams take it into a shootout. Today, it's back and forth. It looks like potentially overtime. We've had great games with every country. This afternoon's going to be a great game with Italy and Korea. And tonight, obviously, the Czechs have a chance to move on to the semifinals for the first time against Norway. Home crowd. I'm getting really excited.
Well, Dennis says he can't watch either, and Ulrich says, I can't breathe. Call a doctor. No point watching hockey if you can't breathe. Call a doctor.
No, that's bad.
I know what you mean. Keep watching. There's 20 seconds left of the timeout. There's the Swedish team. A team decimated in numbers before they even got here. How well they've performed is admirable. It really, really is. So every one of them out there, it's hats off for the effort. Ulf Nilsson and the rest of those yellow jerseys have got 1 minute 18 to either go and get one the other end or hold out, and we've got 10 minutes of sudden death overtime. Will we get that far? Kumagai chases, keeps it inside the blue line.
Nice play from Kumagai.
Black jersey wide open in front of the net, but they couldn't find him at the time. It's slammed in, peeled back. Ingvarsson has it.
Get it out.
And he is just trying to get it out. Well kept in by Massawa. Massawa out to this left side. Kodama. Kumagai coming in behind him. Those two are the leaders. Pushed in, nearly stick towards the goal. Hedberg's just got to get this away, surely, round the boards. It might be a break here. 3-on-2 for Sweden if he looks up. Rakos needed to find Sinistrom, who would have been delighted to have a chance to make up for his error. 38 seconds. Here comes Japan one more time. Is this going to be late heartbreak? You've got to stay on side first. That's the first bit done. Massawa. That's nice.
Oh, he gets it.
If he can play it left. Oh, he's decided to go for the target. Oh, he's decided to go for it with 20 seconds to go.
A nice bounce play that Nilsson stops.
And it's over the blue line as well. Well, Sudo's just got to dump it.
Now we're going overtime.
And that is just about it then.
7
seconds. Swedes won't make an attack from here. Although interesting that Nilsson has decided to keep hold of it. May as well have done something with it. And we're going to go to overtime. Well, we couldn't separate these two yesterday. We can't separate them today. This time, though, we had 6 goals to look at. And what a save by Nilsson, whether it was unorthodox or not towards the end. Just an ambitious shot with 20 seconds to go on the clock. But Nilsson stood firm. We've got 3-all. What can we look forward to in overtime?
Well, that was a scary one because it bounced in front of him, and those ones I've had trouble with over the years. They bounce, you don't know where they're going to go, and he made the blocker stop. I think if both teams are smart, they'll want to end it real fast. This OT is going to be 10 minutes and then a shootout, as opposed to yesterday, which was 5 minutes and a shootout. 10 minutes gives you an extra 5 minutes, obviously, and I don't think this is going to go to a shootout. I think one of these teams is going to score in the 10 minutes. Both goaltenders have been suspect, so I think somebody's going to take a shot, and this is going to end. I'm not saying who.
Shoot on sight is what we're saying.
Yeah,
Ingvarsson was doing that, wasn't he? He got 2 absolute beauties to put Sweden's noses ahead, only for Sudo to pick up the pieces of a tragic mistake. And Sudo found the target to take us to 3 apiece. We've about a minute and a half before we kick back into action. It's enough time for me to tell you what else is coming up, not just today, but over the course of the rest of the competition then. Korea will play Italy at 4:30 local time. I can tell you that's 1 hour and a half away because we're just coming up to 3 o'clock. So 4:30 is Korea versus Italy. Then we have the big one tonight in terms of attendance. We broke records yesterday. Italy, Korea is followed by the Czech Republic taking on Norway. That is at 8 o'clock local time. If you want to watch hockey that has a massive crowd, a noisy crowd, and an interesting game, that's the one for you, because the crowds so far in this tournament for this Czech team have been superb. We have a day off on Thursday. It's my final day today. Day off on Thursday tomorrow. We're back for the semi-finals on Friday. Canada will take on the winner of Korea and Italy. The United States of America will take on the winner of Norway and the Czech Republic. So that is the rest of the tournament. On Saturday, it is the bronze medal game at 1 o'clock local time. It is the gold medal match on Saturday at 4:30 local time. Paul Rosen will still be here. He hopes that you can join him and Jonathan Bell as we find out who will be the champions of 2019 here in Ostrava. If you have to make a bet now, Paul, if you were told you had to pick a winner now from the group stages, USA?
Yes.
Yeah, they just look a different level at the moment, don't they?
Yeah, don't count Canada.
No, Canada have got another gear to find. They have to find it in the game.
Yeah.
Here we go with this one. This is the 7th and 8th place playoff game. For those of you maybe who are just tuning us very, very late, you've missed nothing in the first period, so well done for missing that. The second was all right. The third was entertaining. Ingvarsson, he's hit 2 from here already.
Oh, it's over! It's over!
20 seconds into overtime, an Ingvarsson hat-trick, and it's a hat-trick of screamers. Japan finished the tournament without a victory. Ingvarsson finishes with a hat-trick in the game, and we'll hear the Swedish national anthem for the second time in 2 days, and Ingvarsson has got to be player of the game today.
Ingvarsson, we said it, he's got to shoot. He knew that Fukushima could not stop it with the glove. He kept doing it over and over again. He's got 4 goals in this tournament, Alan, all 4 the same in the top corner. He took the puck there, he crossed it over into the middle. He realized he had the same chance as his goal 1 and goal 2. He ripped it. Fukushima cannot even move. It's in the top corner, and right away, and I said this could be a fast one. I didn't realize this fast. It's leaked out, pushed in. Ingvarsson takes it, shields the puck, and with that wicked left shot, left hand, he puts it in.
Japanese players are on the ice watching this very replay at the moment, I'll tell you now. You feel like Sudo's got to hit him there. He doesn't get near enough. And Ingvarsson, oh, there's a top corner.
He doesn't move his glove till it's in the net.
There's a piece of net within a goal that never ever gets touched. It just got touched.
Yeah.
Right in the top corner. As we said the other day, the onion bag is bulging.
Wow.
And nothing that Shinobu Fukushima could do about that. Well, we're down on the ice, the players of the games and the anthems are coming up. Well, they might be few, but they are mighty in those yellow jerseys. They've been simply astonishing performances from Sweden at times. They've got no numbers, but they have managed somehow to win this one by 4-3 in overtime. And Ingvarsson with a hat-trick. It's got to be him for Sweden as we wait for the announcements of the best players then. Well, there is Ingvarsson. If it's not him, inwardly he's going to be a little bit angry, but he'll be delighted. Nothing will take away the fact that he's just bagged the hat-trick of the World Championships, and all 3 of them are howitzers, beauties. Of course it is.
What a shot.
What a shocker that was. Well, 3 on his back,
Well, I tell you
3
what,
in the net.
the Swedes might only have 8 players, but they played like they had 25.
Special mention not only for Ingvarsson, but his partner in crime defensively. Brilliant work from Petter Nilsson throughout this tournament as well. The youngsters played pretty much every minute.
Yeah, you got to be happy for that team. Come with as few players as they played their hearts out. And we said it could be a fast overtime win. Never thought it'd be that fast.
Well, Sudo, who got the leveler to make it 3 apiece, and ironically, he's getting the best player of the game here. He was the only one that might have been able to stop Ingvarsson taking that shot, and he just couldn't get close enough. So there you go.
Yeah, and I think Sudo's been playing long enough that he knows that he let him get by him. It should have been a little more harder push, putting his shoulder in that play where he's coming through the middle. You have to get your body in between. You cannot let him shoot.
It's hard to smile in this instance, isn't it?
It's very hard to smile. You do it because you're a sportsman. I've been on either end. I've been on the greatest of greatest wins, and I've been on the most devastating losses. You just have to be a sport.
Well, as we say, both these teams relegated out of the Pool A competition for the next time. But at least they go out, Sweden, with a victory, a hat-trick, and we'll hear their national anthem coming up next.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Sweden.
Good crowd of people here, and they are applauding, not just Sweden, they're applauding both sides, because it takes 2 to tango, as the saying goes. Paul Rosen, I think in the grand scheme of things, it's all about rebuilding now, but for both these nations. Good game given to us here. They're out of the A pool. It's about rebuilding from here on in.
Yeah, and Sweden has a real good outlook, in my opinion. They lost their first 2 games. They knew it was trouble. They won their next 2. They end up 2-2. They go into the B pool with a little bit of a better attitude. They're going to have to recruit. They're going to have to get some young players. I think they'll be back in the A pool pretty soon. Japan has another thing coming. They end up 0-4. Their old players dominate the roster. They need a new goaltender. They have to totally revamp, go on a huge tour of Japan to get new players. I think it's going to be a while till they're back in the A pool, Alan.
Well, it's a chance to rediscover, uncover, and re-educate for athletes in both these countries. Sweden need numbers, Japan need youth, but we need all of these nations to keep plugging away and giving us these great performances. Thank you very much to Rasmus, enjoying the commentary and the stream. and he's absolutely right. It draws attention to the sport and it helps it to grow. Hopefully there are people in Japan and Sweden watching this who think, do you know what, yeah, I'm going to give that a go and get involved. So that'd be great if they are. So that is the first game of day number 4 done and dusted. 7th and 8th place playoff is finished. Japan will officially finish in 8th position. Is that the last time we see Shinobu Fukushima between the pipes? More than likely. Double retirement already. A hat-trick of retirements, you would imagine, after these World Championships. Does he want to put himself through it for a Pool B champs? Possibly not. The Swedes celebrating with a smattering of fans that are still inside the arena. Sweden officially finish in 7th. Coming up then, Korea versus Italy in the first of the quarter-final clashes. And following that will be Norway taking on the host nation, the Czech Republic. Take a look at some of the statistics and goals that happened in this game in just a few moments. Don't forget, 4:30 local time, so just short of 1 hour and 30 minutes, 90 minutes or so away is our next game.
And it's good to see Cedarstrom on the bench, happy.
Well, here's a look back at the highlights. Rakos it was that got Sweden involved in the game.
That was the first goal. Slipped off in. Here's Kumagai throwing it out. That was a beautiful goal, Alan. Really nice one.
Kodama, yep. Nice finish from the captain.
Takes it here. Throws it. That was one that I think Nielsen wants back, although we made a couple of really nice stops at the end. Swings back around. Here's one of the 3. Almost exactly the same.
Yeah, the first and the third. Yeah, absolutely.
Play up the middle. Never do it. Intercepts it, throws it, boom. That was a good shot. Still got to have it, but it was a good shot. And here's again, up the middle. And this is one that Soderstrom was really upset about.
Comes to Sudo here, who just has to tip it over the line, and he was delighted with that. But this is the final moments then, Paul. What a strike this is.
This is the tire. Comes in. They were just going to get ready to pull the goalie, but they didn't have to, because it was a beauty up top. And then the same type of thing in the OT.
There you go. 4-3 after overtime. Overtime lasted 21 seconds. That was all it needed. It's 4-3 to Japan, and that concludes this game in the 7th and 8th place. Join us again a little bit later on, 4:30 local time. It's Italy versus Korea. But from myself and from Paul Rosen, goodbye.